So Natalie, how has your week been? You can talk about yourself today.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's been really good, a really good week. Thank you. I was just saying to the guys about the imposter syndrome creeping in on the videos. It's like, okay, so on the other side here, this feels a bit weird. And sort of trying to be confident with it, but equally thinking, oh, I've missed the half rise there, and sort of, but keep going. And then like a few takes, and I thought, oh, look, this is why we're here, to learn it. So you just do your best. But yeah, I mean, I feel physically, because I've been doing the practice, I feel I can feel muscles and areas of myself that I hadn't quite felt as strong before. So that's all positive. And yeah, doing the reading and just thrilled to be in the motions of it, to be honest.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, good. That sounds good. Great. As long as you don't get too tired. When you get tired, just remember that and just stop and wait for your energy levels to rise again, because we're in week 1 and then week 7 you might be like, oh.
Yeah.
So just remember that bit. Okay, Laura.
Yeah, my week's been good. I was just saying to the others, so I sort of finished my old job a week ago now, and I've started this new job this week, which is really exciting. And it's the first time I've kind of gone, like, I'm doing some freelance consultancy, so it's a lot more flexibility, like completely new area. So that's been really great. And we were all sort of saying we're kind of in almost like a new phase, like it feels like something, a bit of a new life kind of thing. That's definitely how I've been feeling this week with this kind of new job. And then and now this, I'm really, really excited to get stuck into it. Also kind of a bit nervous, I guess, at kind of starting, because it's going to be a bit of an unknown for me. I mean, I sort of decided, as you know, to apply for this quite kind of late on or not on a bit of a whim, but almost on a bit of a whim. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm just excited to kind of get stuck in and find out more and enjoy it.
Yes, but also I think you had applied before, or you talked about it to me before.
Yeah, a little while ago, yeah, and I sort of haven't really had the opportunity to go for it, and now is the right time. So
that's it. It's good. Well, welcome. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Chris, how was your week?
It was good. We were all, well, Natalie and I were talking about the videos that we made this week. And I found that quite a challenge for many reasons, but really useful as well. But and what I found really hard was actually breathing and talking at the same time. I didn't realise like it would be such a challenge, but the breathing and actually breathing through your own practice whilst talking I found that quite tricky actually. But I found it really useful because you can see when you watch it back exactly you can see for yourself sometimes what you need to kind of improve and tweak slightly. So I found that really useful. I think one more thing that I did, I knew this would be a challenge, but I want the challenge is to, and I have been doing the practice, so I might have fell asleep one night and not done it one night, but to really incorporate it into my life and really make time for it, because I don't want it to be a chore. I want it to be almost like a habit, like a daily practice that's not, oh, I've got to do yoga. It's right, now's time. And because it's not just exercise, is it? It's a whole kind of life mantra. So I wouldn't say it's been a challenge this week, but I've been trying to kind of find my way where I've got times to myself and places where I can do it, where I've got that space to practice and develop, because we were talking last week, weren't we, about how important is it to have that daily practice. So I think I've just reflected on that a bit this week, and I want to kind of improve it a bit more next week, I think.
That's so exciting. You're really committing yourself to this self-practice journey. So Laura, that's what we do. We commit ourselves to a daily practice. We take I will share with you at the end, I think, but we take the Ashtanga manual with David Swenson, and we do the short form. Today I'm going to give you another option as well to do, and we just keep building our yoga and keep building that energy on the mat. Best not to wash the mat. Keep that energy building. Best not let anyone else use it either. Tricky with animals and children, but yeah, just try and get that energy going, and you're learning about your energy, because your energy will go up, and then especially as a female, we will go with the moon, we will go with everything, all cycles, but yeah, just so watch the energy, and it'll be different flows for different days. When I started and I did my Ashtanga practice, I was told, and it was a very male-led, wonderful guy, but very male-led practice, where you did Ashtanga absolutely every day, 1.5 hours full practice. I don't know how I did it for a whole year. I am not asking you to do that. I'm asking, but if you want, you can, but it's just the short form, and then build it if you want. And we will be doing the full practice during this asana, so you will have that in your pocket. If somebody says, I want a birthday party in a village hall, which someone just said to me yesterday, and I want Ashtanga, I'm like, well, I can do that. And so can you. So you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to just pull it out and then be able to do it. But yeah, so we're going to go into the portal. Laura, did you get the email to join the portal? Did you manage that?
I
Things
think,
coming at you at the moment, aren't there?
yeah, there was a lot of information. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I did get the email through.
I'm going to share the portal instead. So I'll just share it as it is, and then
Yeah.
we'll check that you can get in at the end. There's also a few other things. So we'll start with the portal anyway. So we're going to go share here. So this is the portal which you'll be able to access into. You've got an introduction here. This is what we did last week. You can go through it. When you're away, if you're away, you can go back into the portal and see what's happened. And there will be recordings, and I upload them to YouTube. And I also put the link in the WhatsApp group, but they're not public. Don't panic. They're unlisted. It's just it's the easiest way I've found to record things without it being £1,000 every time we record it. So so we just put it onto YouTube, and it's unlisted. And then so we've done our check-in. Now I'd like us to go to our manuals. So we've all got our manuals. Yeah. Hooray. Brilliant. So we're going to go to review the most important thing, and I think the thing that gets missed so often in general classes, perhaps in a gym or something. I don't know why. I think that everybody's got a lot of things to think about, like music, and the gym manager saying, oh, whatever. But breath, bandha, and drishti are our foundations to our practice. Do we know what they are? No. That's great, because I can tell you, but also interesting that we don't know, because we're all quite yogified, aren't we?
I didn't want to say.
Oh, tell me, Laura. I mean, Natalie.
Well, I know. Is drishti not the gaze, how you look and where you look?
Yes, it is.
Drishti. And bandha is, I know, mula bandha, when you strengthen your core. I just remember it from after having Lilo. Can't think of the term.
Perineum.
That's it, perineum. And
So
then
the perineum is the mula bandha. Fantastic. Anything else?
just know about that, holding the bandha when you do certain postures. And then the breath, I suppose, the different ways of breathing.
Now, what different ways of breathing can we think of?
Ujjayi breath.
Ujjayi breath. How would any others?
Cherry breath. Do they inhale and exhale and then the steady hold it at the top? Are they're the stages of breath, aren't they? I don't know if you mean that.
Stages of breath. That's a different. Yes. That's
Is it Rekata, Kumbhaka, and Paraka?
yes. Have you been reading the manual?
Was having a little read.
Breath of fire.
Breath of fire. Yeah.
Is
What
that
else
the
is
one
it?
where you sort of breathe, you do like sharp breaths out?
That's breath of fire. Yes. Well done.
There's one that I was reading about that you've got to be careful because you might hurt yourself or something. I can't remember what it was. You've got to be just careful how you do it, but I can't remember what it was now. There's so many different names. I can never quite.
Was it Nowley?
I think so.
Did you get us to do one in the practice last week where we're with our tongues?
Yeah. Dragon breath.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
A bit
I
of
need
dragon
that all
breath.
the time. I need to sort myself out, really. Jesus.
Is it one we've done one before where we breathe in one nose and then out the other? Is it the sun and moon or something?
I love that you kind of know them all. This is Nadi Shodhana. Breathing in, seal it out the right nostril. Yeah, Nadi Shodhana. Okay, right. So let's have a look. Let's go deeper in, shall we? Let's double check these bandhas. We're going to start with Natalie, which did you start with just then?
Was it Mula Bandha?
Mula Bandha. So page 19 to 20. Have a little look. So there is a video which Vicky in my other group. She's really funny. She's already a teacher. She does Pilates, and she says there's a really good video by Sherry Baker. Write that name down. To Google it on YouTube. We might have to find that later. She's very, very broad Yorkshire and very, very thorough in explaining exactly where the perineum is. It's really useful. She as I'm so well, I'm terrible. So anyway, so I just go, I fall to pieces every time I talk about the lower ends. But it's like a hammock. It's like a hammock that we draw up. Anyway, Sherry Baker. That's a little bit of homework to find her videos, and you might get hooked. So the perineum, we draw that up and in, and we're going to look at Mula Bandha. Wait. So who would like to read? Kristina, let us hear your breathy tones.
Okay, sorry, I am a bit chesty today, so I've gone an octave lower and a little bit more York Northern as well, I think. So, is it the top of page 19?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Where do you want me to go to?
Just to the middle of the page, just to the end of Mula Bandha.
Okay. Working with bandhas. As well as breath control, whilst practicing yoga, you'll be working with bandha. Bandha means bondage, catching hold of or joining together. Consider a bandha as a belt or band that contains and then releases the flow of energy throughout the body. A bandha can hold the energy in place and make sure you are fully connected to your practice. Consider them as valves which allow the energy to move in the right direction through the body. Here are the various bandhas that we will work with during our practice. Mula Bandha, the lock around the Muladhara chakra. Mula Bandha is the root lock. It is so called because it is located at the base of our nerve tree, the spinal column. In males, the seat of the Mula Bandha is the perineal. Is it perineal?
Yes.
Perineal muscle.
Or I say nail.
Perineal. I've heard of perineal. Is a perineal muscle which is seated in front of the anus and behind the genitals. In females, it is located near the top of the cervix. For men, a good way to find the location of the Mula Bandha is to imagine you need to go to the toilet and there is none in sight. Which muscles would you use to resist the urge? For women, use the Kegel technique to discover its location. Whilst urinating, engage the muscles of the pelvic floor to stop the urine and then release the contraction and let it flow again. Initially, more muscles will be used than necessary, but eventually the action will become more refined. Soon, it will be easy to hold this lock for an entire yoga class.
Wow.
That would be impressive.
So when we hold the lock, we don't need to hold it full on. We just need to hold it 30%. I said, because otherwise you'd just be, wouldn't you? It'd be too much. So it's like a gentle hold. Okay. Sorry about that explanation. Right. Okay. So Laura, Uddiyana Bandha.
Yes. Uddiyana Bandha,
Yeah.
flying up lock. This is located in the abdomen. It is centered just below the navel, but is activated by creating a vacuum in the abdomen and drawing the belly inward and upward, and then pulling the entire diaphragmatic wall up. This pulling occurs when the lungs are empty. Full Uddiyana Bandha is impossible during practice, as it's only used when there's no air in the lungs. Instead, maintain a gentle inward pull 3 fingers below the navel. This will keep enough space to allow the diaphragm to drop down. David Swenson suggests, imagine that you have a string which is attached 2 inches below the navel. Take that string and draw it straight through the body and tie it around the spine. Now, when you inhale, the lower belly will remain still and you will maintain freedom in the upper torso. Be patient, this will not come right away, but it will come. This bandha gives a gentle massage to the muscles of the heart, thereby toning it. It is said, he who constantly practices it, as taught by his guru or master, becomes young again. It is said to be the lion that kills the elephant, named Death.
Oh, very good. Okay, so it's quite good then. Okay, so let's just have a little feel. 3 fingers below the navel. Take a deep breath in. And hold, and then just draw it in on the exhale. You can see what he means, what I mean. I wrote that. What I mean about holding too far in. You don't need to hold it too far in. Again, just draw it in gently with a little string, like David says. Okay. Is that okay? Any questions on that? Yeah, good.
Is that connected to balance as well? With the bandha, like holding the belly in. Is that connected?
I would say every single posture you need to be thinking about your bandhas. So that would be especially important in balance. But also lots of other factors in balance as well. Yeah.
And Sophie, do you tend to focus on just doing one of these bandhas at a time, or do you do like multiple at the same time?
Well, I think because there's so many things coming at you for each posture, sometimes you're layering things up. So you're holding Mula Bandha in, then you're thinking about the breath, but then you forget about Mula Bandha, then you're thinking about the breath, then you think about your feet, then you think about your hands. So it's sort of like a constant flow, and then it sort of just joins itself up. So yes, it is supposed to be together, but sometimes your focus in your practice as in life changes on each posture. So yes and no. Okay, Natalie, Jalandhara.
Jalandhara Bandha, the chin lock. Jala means a net or web, a lattice or mesh, and this lock is the least used of the 3 bandhas. It occurs immediately in some postures, such as shoulder stand, and in others it is prescribed. It is called Mahabandha, or the Great Lock. To engage, you may extend the chin forward, then draw it back into the space between the collarbones. Jalandhara Mudra. No Mudra. Where did I get Mudra from? Jalandhara Bandha regulates the flow of blood and prana to the heart, the glands in the neck, particularly the thyroid, and the head together with the brain.
Yeah, so we can, there's Dandasana and Sarvangasana, really, that just do this bandha. And we can practice it whilst we're seated as well. So you just bring the chin in and bring your finger to the back of the head and then just draw that in and up, just trying to find length in the back of the neck. And then you're going to breathe in and then employ Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. So in Mula Bandha, 30%. Uddiyana Bandha, inhale, and that connects all the bandhas up together. That's why it's really important, keep breathing. This is why it's really important when you're in shoulder stand, not to move your head. So you can keep getting all that blessing energy from Sarvangasana. Yeah? Great. Okay. Right. Got that one. Brilliant. So now we're going to go a little bit backwards now. We're going to go to page 9 and look at moving into the practice. So last week, so this is just to incorporate Laura as well. Last week, Laura, we did our yoga, like, what would you call it? Vows, our yoga vows. And our yoga vows are a little bit like any code of ethics in any other practice. Interestingly, there's a code of ethics in social workers, there's code of ethics with doctors. I'm not sure there are with teachers, are there, Kristina?
There's a code of, yeah, there is. It's
Code
one
of
of your
conduct.
teaching standards. You've got a code of conduct. Yeah, you do.
I think I might have done it last week. I can't remember. But yes, but I think it's basically be a nice person and don't be mean. But in the way we say it in yoga, we follow the yamas and the niyamas, which are on page 7. So we're just going to review these on page 9, first of all, and just have a little remember. So first of all, don't look at your book. First of all, don't look at your book and see if you can remember any of the vows that you took last week.
Non-violence.
Yeah.
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness. Yeah.
Is it something about, I don't know how you would say, something about your ethical conduct with other students, but I can't remember how it was worded.
Sense control, brahmacharya.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a little read on page 7, first of all, and then we'll go to 9 to 12. So we've got the yamas, which are, okay, do you see them now? Now you remember them when you see them.
Yeah.
Ahimsa. Natalie, what does ahimsa mean to you now?
So the compassion for all living things. I think, yeah, the same as I felt last week, that we're all equal, putting yourself in other people's shoes, understanding, I suppose in a yoga sense, understanding that everyone's just doing their best, and to have compassion around that.
That's so good.
And causing no, obviously compassion is causing no harm. It says here to ourselves and others. Just being a good person, isn't it, basically? Being a lovely, pure person, compassion.
Has anybody else got any thoughts on ahimsa? So, Laura, what we did was we said together, we'll just do it again. We're going to say it together. As yoga teachers, we hold the highest regard for all of life. We strive to act in ways that benefit all beings, causing no harm to ourselves or to others. Okay, cool. So what we do, what a lot of yoga teachers see this as being vegetarian.
So, didn't get that at all, but I suppose it's all.
Yeah. But yeah.
How do you see it, Sophie?
Well, I have a bit of a Dalai Lama thing about vegetarian. So I eat meat, especially when it's cooked for me, and I try not eat meat, especially when I can, because for 20 years I was the person not eating meat, and I felt a bit of an outsider. So I think there's an energy when someone cooks a meal for you, and there's a kindness that cooks it. And if you reject that, if you can eat it, I think it's kinder to be part of that, and you bring more joy if you do that. So that's my thinking.
It's a great take. I've never heard that before, but that really resonates with me, because I struggle with the, as in I could easily be vegetarian, but actually, yeah, when the mother-in-law puts down a chicken dinner, and if to refuse that, her expression would be, it would be felt by everybody, the whole family.
Yeah, and they're so offended, and it's weird. It's kinder to just enjoy and celebrate together, isn't it? That's how I look
Really
at it.
interesting.
Yeah. So, Satya, commitment to truthfulness. So, as yoga teachers, we strive to tell only the truth. Learning to be comfortable in this place is a practice, but the commitment begins now. Again, what do you think of that first?
I like this one. I think I really like honesty, and I really think I really agree with this. It just, if we're honest, and we're honest with ourselves and other people, it's almost like we're accepting who we are, because we're not trying to be anyone else, are we? And I think that's good in life. I say this a lot to the children in class, actually. I'm just like, look, just be happy with who you are. And I say this on a weekly basis. It doesn't matter what you've done, if you're honest, because they're terrified sometimes, if something's happened. If you're honest, we can sort it out, and I'll never be cross with honesty. And it really, really works. It's a really powerful thing to say to children in school, but relating it to yoga practice as well, it gets rid of any kind of bravado or being worried about being a certain way. You can just live with being who you are, which I think is just a nice way to live in general, really.
And what a lovely thing to be able to bring that to their classroom as well, Kristina. I mean, you're already doing it, but sort of like identifying it even further. Yeah, so let's all say it together. Ready? As yoga teachers, we strive to tell only the truth. Learning to be comfortable in this place is a practice, but the commitment begins now. Lovely. Thank you. And then Asteya, non-stealing. So no more trips to Tesco's. Damn it. Oh, I can't go anymore. Damn it. Asteya, non-stealing. As yoga teachers, we strive not to steal. We will take nothing that is not ours. I find this so interesting because we're doing Kundalini at the moment as well. I'm doing Kundalini at the moment. And Yogi Bhajan says that when you feel jealous of someone, when you like see someone who has something that you don't have, what you're actually doing is putting yourself in their location. What you're putting yourself out of yourself into their location, and all you need to do is bring it back. And I kind of think this is like conveying it. Same thing with stealing or something. You'll steal when you steal something. You get something that someone else has, but you're actually not in yourself anymore as well. I just thought I'd share that.
Like that.
Okay, and then aparigraha, neutralizing the desire to acquire and hoard wealth. Should we do it together? As yoga teachers, we strive to trust and share in abundance. We have a right to succeed, but we will not do so in a gluttonous manner. Again, that flowy thing, isn't it? It's keeping the flow, making sure everything flows. Ironically, I think if you do that, you will accumulate even more wealth anyway, because then everybody else will be happier around you and everybody else will be better off. So it's a great thing, and it's also a lovely way to live in a group, sharing that roast dinner. Okay, and then brahmacharya, sense control. This is, I think, well, this is taken from Julie, one of Julie's, who used to teach with me years and years and years ago, her American book, but I just put it in anyway. But I think it's more for men, because we're not, sexual gods. But if you do feel like a sexual god, please don't feel like you're going to abuse your power, ladies. Okay. I think this happens a lot with the males. Yeah, and be aware of it as well. Like, be aware, if you go to a practice or you go to a retreat and there is a male beauty Adonis leading it, just be aware that he should be operating brahmacharya. Okay, so let's just say it together. We strive to walk with God. How wonderful is that? In doing so, we strive to act responsibly when it comes to our sexuality. We have been made aware of the power of the projections that our students may cast upon us and that we may cast upon them. As a result, we strive to uphold a safe and therapeutic environment that does not exploit the vulnerability of any student for our personal gain. Sad that we have to even write that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Niyamas, Saushas. This is Kristina's favourite, purity. Do you want to read it?
Oh, yes. Oh, I'd love to. It's the one I remember. I don't know why I remembered it, actually. Niyamas, self-observation. Niyamas are the guidelines for relating to the inner world. Saucha, cleanliness. We strive to be pure in body, mind, and place. We understand the importance of cleanliness of the body, the mind, and the space in which we practice.
So Sausha is like lovely, isn't it? Like, make sure you're washed, make sure the space is clean, make sure everything is prepared beautifully for your practice. Yeah, I'm always remembering, and I think I said it last week, the monks, the Buddhist monks who spend hours just mopping the floor really calmly and creating the space, preparing the space so that you're all calm when you enter. Should we do it together? Let's go. As a teacher, we aim to be pure in body and mind and place. We understand the importance of cleanliness of the body, the mind, and the space in which we practice. Good. And then we've got Santosha, which really should be an album cover. I love that name. I love that word.
I do.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Gorgeous.
It should be maybe a brand, like, yeah, let's all Santosha it.
There must be loads of yoga studios out there called Santosha.
There must be. I haven't even Googled. It's another Google thing. So we aim to embody contentment. We have learned that we create our own reality. Embodying this contentment and thereby gratefulness can be one of our greatest tools for teaching. We create our own reality. You create whatever you create. That's just empowering in itself. Should we do it together? We aim to embody contentment. We have learned that we create our own reality. Embodying this contentment and thereby gratefulness can be one of our greatest tools for teaching. You create your own contentment. You create your own. Blah, 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 blah. Exciting. Tapas, disciplined use of our energy. So this comes to the our daily practice, which will go up and it will go down. Everything will go up and we will go down. But you still, in a way, need to feed it by your practice, by your learning. So be aware of it. Just be aware of it. Okay. Okay, let's go. We continue our practice. We see yoga as a gift that must be attended to regularly, like a fire which needs to be fed. Without our own connection to the practice, we can be of little use to our students. Svadhyaya. Natalie, do you want to say Svadhyaya?
Svadhyaya. Not quite Santosha, but it's still got a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We aim to continue our education so we can grow in the field. I mean, I think we're always going to be learning till our last days, aren't we? And I think that's part of the that humbleness of going into something like this, is that you're never going to know it all. Obviously, we want to try and be the best we can by taking in as much as we can, but equally, if we're passionate about it and we're enjoying it, then that self-study we should absorb so much anyway. That's how I see it. And not put too much pressure on ourselves either. But yeah, we're going to have to. There's a lot we'll have to focus on if we want to kind of take it seriously. So I see loads of different elements of that one, but I think as well it's the study of ourselves, isn't it? We have to be firm and balanced within to be able to offer teachings that help others to find that themselves.
Absolutely.
To strive for that balance all the time, and that inner calm. And yeah.
Thank you. Let's do it together. Ready? We aim to continue our education so we can grow in the field. We continue to learn so our teaching remains authentic. We continue to learn so we can be better at what we do, and so we can serve our students and ourselves to the best of our ability. Okay, the last big long word, Laura. Go for it.
Oh God, okay. Ishvara Pranidhana.
Beautifully.
Like that. Celebration of the spiritual. As yoga teachers, we strive to be united with the higher power of God, the universal energy that unites us all without separation, forever merciful and loving.
So yes, so we have to remember that there is something bigger than ourselves. Do we believe in that? I don't know. Do we believe in that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that I believe in this kind of second piece around like a universal energy, something bigger than us. I've sort of wouldn't go as far as to say I believe in a God. So yeah, this one's interesting to me.
And also, like, as we go further, we'll be looking at the energy in the body, and then we'll be looking at the subtle energies of the body and the energies as they move out, and then the connective energies and how we know that somebody's going to call us. Or that we know that something's happened, or we can feel something. How do we feel it? Those sort of things could be God, it could be universe, could be something, couldn't it? Yeah. Cool. Okay, Laura, are you ready to sign it?
I'm ready.
Good go.
My pen.
Yay. Sign away. And you're now a yoga teacher.
Done.
Well done. So understanding these ethics is just a way to live, a beautiful way to live. And they're in more detail on page 9 to 12, in a little bit more detail. So, but we've got the yamas and the niyamas there, and then we've got the 8 limbs as well. So the yamas and niyamas that we've just written about here and gone into detail on are the first 2 parts of the 8 limbs of yoga. Have you heard of that before? Yes, good. So the 8 limbs of yoga, each of those limbs are supposed to lead you into enlightenment. So, for example, if we look at these 8 limbs at the top of page 9, you've got your yamas and niyamas that we've just talked about. And then we've got asana, which is what our module's all about, movement and moving of the body. Then we've got pranayama, which is bringing in prana into the body, usually through breath control. We've got pratyahara, which is the withdrawal of the senses. What does that mean?
Does it mean your focus is inwards? So I find this difficult. I think about this a lot, actually. So you all the senses of everything that around you are kind of muted, and you're focusing on the inward self. Is that right?
Yeah, that would be, so you would, if you, yeah, so any sense, all the senses, you can focus on one sense more than the other. So, for example, a deaf person might be an amazing at drawing because their senses have grown in that area and they don't have to focus on sound or feeling. They might be more sensitive with feeling, or but you can do it as a yoga practitioner by meditation, closing your eyes, withdrawing the sense of sight. So therefore your inner sense of hearing and your sense of feeling will grow. Or if you've probably heard about people who go and live in a cave for 40 years. I mean, and they were completely withdrawn the senses, but when they come out, they're completely enlightened. Yeah, so we do, there's Trikata, the Tritaka, sorry, staring at a candle. You can do a yoga practice blindfold. That's quite a good one for Pratyahara. There's lots of ideas for that. Then we've got Dharana, concentration. So a focus on one thing. It could be any practice. It could be like an accountant who loves being an accountant and they just like to do those sums every day. And then suddenly they become complete wise owls just from that constant consistency thing. Dhyana, meditation. You could meditate. You don't have to do asana every day to get enlightened. That's what I'm trying to remind you. You don't have to stand on your head with one hand. That's not important. And then samadhi, bliss. Well, samadhi is kind of the 8th limb, but it's also the end of the 8th limb. It's where we're trying to go to. So that's the samadhi. So these are the ethical principles. I'm going to say we are going to have a 10-minute break. And then we're going to come back with a drink, and I'm going to pop you in a little room. Well, I'm just going to come off. I'm not doing rooms. I'm just going to come off, let you have a little chat about the ethical disciplines on page 9 and 10 and 11. And then we might do some movement. I might move us on from pranayama and we'll do some movement because we've got a few things to do, haven't we? Okay. All right. So we've got 10-minute break and then we'll come back. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you.
All right. How are we doing? We're back in. It's always best to have a little break. I used to do this without breaks, and people started flagging, and I'm like, no, we're gonna have breaks. Good. Right. So if you can just have a little so we'll just have a little conflab, and we'll do 3 minutes together of just discussing what you summarize from the yamas and the niyamas. A little bit about the 8 limbs, but what I'd like you to do is just note down to finish reading this for homework to page 12. So I'm going to come off for 3 minutes. So I'm just going to sit in time. So maybe 1 minute each. Who wants to be timer? Natalie?
Yeah, time.
Just a commentary, each commentary, what you think about that, what you'll find easy, what you'll find hard, or nothing hard, of course. Okay, 3 minutes, you go.
So, are we reading together? Just to double check.
Are we contemplating what we think to them?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, I think so. I think we do a minute each.
Okay. Does anyone want to go first? Or shall I dive in? What do you want to do?
Yeah, you go first, Natalie. I can go after you.
Right, so it's a minute, isn't it? Have we got a minute?
Yeah.
So really, it's actually what Sophie said. I've been thinking about this as I've been reading Patanjali's, which is obviously where these are from. Patanjali's Yoga Sutras is it's just a beautiful way to live. You know, it's not attached to religion. It's just that it's being, you know, I see it as a spiritual beings having a human experience. Well, if we're here having a human experience, these are our rules. This is how we can live to get the most out of it for us in this experience personally, but also to benefit and help those around us and humanity on a bigger, you know, on a bigger platform. And that's how I see it fundamentally, as the way to live. That's my minute. Right, who's next?
I can go next. So it's hard to go after that, Natalie. So I think that's a really good summary. I mean, I was sort of looking at this from the perspective of like what I'll be able to do kind of easily and what might be more difficult. I mean, some of these I feel like are very easy to get right, and they're sort of quite binary. So the ones around asteya, non-stealing, and some of them are sort of quite practical, and then other ones are much more layered and are a big scale. And I think I'll find that it will take a lot of effort to get kind of better and better and better at them, and we'll take a bit of practice. I'm thinking particularly about Santosha, the one around contentment. I think that is something that I will be striving for massively, but won't necessarily be something that will come that easily, and will take a bit more practice. But yeah, I completely agree with you. I think all of these are just they're rules or guides for how to live a good, compassionate life that will bring joy to you and to other people. So it's yeah, I think they go so much further than just yoga, really.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Laura, go.
Yeah. Yeah, well, of course I agree. And I think what you said, Laura, about some are really easy to follow, and then some are a little bit harder, aren't they? Like on the first page, the Yamas, they're just rules for life, aren't they? The non-violence, trying to be truthful, don't steal. They're the things that you know instinctively not to do, aren't they? And I think you tell yourself that every day, all day. I think, and then I think the Niyamas, I think things like cleanliness, I do, you know, but then I think about that in a sense of you can't just, I can't just come downstairs and have things lying around and feel comfortable doing my yoga practice. I really do believe that I've got to kind of cleanse everything around me, and I never used to do that as much as I do now, but I feel like a real importance in that. So I would say maybe I do think that's a bit something that you've got to make an effort to change. You might be that way anyway, but I think if your house is a bit chaotic or you've got children and stuff, you have to make a bit more of a conscious effort to do that. And like you said, Laura, with the contentment, that's I think it's all a bit more about your mental awareness and your mental health, isn't it? And it's about, you know, your non-stealing, they're quite physical actions, but all of this stuff is a bit, all the niyamas, you're kind of connecting with yourself on a different level, which is harder to do because it's all about having peace, isn't it? And being a little bit, I wouldn't say strict, but kind of knowing what you need, you know, in terms of creating a bit of a clean environment, not being so hard on yourself, you know, that burning fire, you want that burning fire, but you don't want to go a bit too overboard with it. And then the study's hard as well, because, you know, it's easy not to go in a shop and come out with something that you've not paid for, but it's all about self-control, isn't it? And I think that's what takes you to that next level, I suppose, with your study. And that's why it's not just a walk in the park to do this course and then be able to just be a great yoga teacher, I suppose. And then, yeah, surrendering to God. There's so many different things that you can think about that and explore, isn't there? So it's more, I feel like the second ones are much more like higher level and a little bit harder to attain, but interesting to find more about and try and practice, I think.
Brilliant.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, really good points.
Have you found that, have you done, what are you reading at the minute, Natalie?
Just Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. I mean,
is it the one with the ring? Is it the ring by?
No judgment, but you should have seen my husband's and my 9-year-old son's faces when they see me. Like, Mummy, what? He's like, what are you reading? I was like, oh, just leave me, go. Yeah, so that's the version. I did try another one, but I struggled with the translation, Sophie. I don't know which one I got, but anyway, this for me is the one that is making more sense. Yeah. So yeah, and then I'm just sort of going through it and geekily highlighting bits that at the moment I get and resonate and that I want to kind of work through. But yeah, it's amazing stuff.
There's actually one, Laura, that they'll be reading. I'll talk to you about the book list, but that's the Yoga Sutras. So a lot of this is in the Yoga Sutras. It is in the Yoga Sutras. And so what did you, to sum up, Kristina, can you sum up Natalie?
Oh, that's hard actually. I think, Natalie, did you talk about they're just really good rules to follow in life to kind of be a better person, so rules that we should all follow. And I really got the feeling that you truly do, you've done a lot of, it seems like you've done a lot of reading and you are really kind of into this already in terms of your niyamas. So the niyamas.
I just think it's just such a beautiful way to be. And you know, when you said about what you're doing with the children, it's all part of it. Teaching the young, you know, teaching the children, and even people that are just not aware, just you know, who aren't conscious that it's not I mean, yes, of course they're difficult, as in the niyamas are challenging if you're not open to looking at life in a different way. But if you've got a glimmer, if there's a crack there and you want to be better, live better in this life, then it's quite simply there on 2 pages. I mean, of course, the book's incredible, but Sophie, you've got it's there in 2 pages. So, you know, I like that actually you can simplify it like that and say there's 8 limbs, there's 8 things really. There's 8 things that if we really work at what could be more important than working at on those while we're here.
Thank you. Oh, lovely. Yeah, it's true. Okay. Natalie, can you sum up Laura?
Yes, it was interesting what Laura's saying, because it's the challenges are the ones that there was a particular one that you mentioned.
Contentment, I think it was.
That was it, the contentment, that you would strive to do it, and the very fact that you focus on that is that's what you want to do. You've put it out there as an intention, a manifestation. You will do that, you know, that will happen. And I think it's the modern, for me, I think when you described it how you did, it's just the modern world that shakes and throws us and makes us think that maybe we wouldn't be able to have the full Santosha in all practice, but I think you would, because you'd be so in the zone then. And you really will believe it, that you'll do it. But they are challenging. But how great is that's a challenge for us? And the non-stealing it, yeah, we can kind of march through those ones and say, yep, tick, get that. They're quite practical, which I think that's what Laura said. They're very practical things. Oh, great. Feather in our cap, we've got those. But the work is really the niyamas. They're the challenges, but the more you read them and the more you believe in them, I believe that they'll come to us all.
Yeah, you keep on having to revisit them and look at them from different angles.
Yeah.
Understanding.
That's why these discussions are so great, because, you know, again, we're learning all the time, aren't we? But learning to look at each one from a different viewpoint. But essentially, the essence of each one is good. They're all coming from a good place. So if we really want to understand them, we will, and we will all get there to that good place. But reminding ourselves that, yeah, we'll always have to keep going back, but that's okay.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
Went off on one.
I like it. I like the going off on one thing.
Feel free to rein me in, Sophie, if I can.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this journey. Laura, who are you going to sum up? You're going to sum up Natalie, I guess.
Or Kristina.
Oh, Kristina.
Yeah.
Yes, Natalie's been double summed then.
Yeah,
Kristina.
Yeah, so Kristina was saying kind of similar things that we were just talking about around the difference between like the yamas and then the niyamas. The yamas being more physical and practical, and then the niyamas being maybe a little bit more about your mental health or mental awareness, and a little bit I guess less tangible, and more about sort of looking inward and how you sort of approach things. You spoke about one in particular, it might have been the one around cleanliness, around the importance of kind of daily practices around your physical space. So, and that can be more difficult for people that like have a more chaotic household, like if you've got kids or just like a chaotic household in general, and then also like from a kind of mental perspective as well. And yeah, and then you spoke a little bit about I can't pronounce that last one, Ishvara Pranidhana, the kind of spiritual element of it as well. And that being kind of something that there's so much to kind of explore and get into into that one as well.
Wonderful. Lovely you're listening to each other. That's so nice. Giving each other the space to talk and be a human. That's so lovely. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for reflecting back to me. So reading 11 and 12, we will reflect back to this at a latest, well, maybe next week. I would like us now to whiz forward to pranayama. So we're going to go on to 13. Here we are. And we're going to go into here. So we're just going to have a little look at the breath. So moving into
should we be clicking through on our own browsers on this, or does it not matter?
No, it doesn't matter at this point. It's that you can go back and look on your own browsers when you're okay. But we're just looking at the breath. If you just have a little look, this is the breath, isn't it? So we're breathing in here. And oh my goodness, I mean, so it's just coming down to here, and then just below, we've got the belly. And we've got here. So we've got the trachea to the bronchi, to the bronchioles, into the alveoli. You remember this? Does everybody did biology at school? I didn't. I just did chemistry and physics. Yeah. Missed out. Yeah, now I'm going back to it. So yeah, down the trachea, into the bronchioles, into the alveolar sac, into the alveoli, into the blood vessels, and going back in, and then go on all the oxygen going into the body. So when we're breathing, each time we're working, this is coming through our body into our lungs and right through our bloodstream and out. Remembering that each breath is very important. It's like a function of the body. It's like you're pumping air into your body with every single breath you take, and every single pump taken in a different way has a different effect on the body. So let's have a look at page 13, and we'll go in and a little read. We're going to just read this page, and then we're going to move. So Laura, would you like to start reading?
Yes.
Thank you.
So this is 13, is it?
Yes.
Spotlight on pranayama.
Yeah.
The breath in yoga. Breathing is our most fundamental and vital act. It holds a divine essence. Exhalation is a movement towards God, and inhalation is an inspiration from God. Energetics of breath. When working with asana, continued awareness of the breath is essential. Normal inhalation and exhalation without pause. Sound and constriction of the throat, ujjayi breath, may be incorporated in some forms of yoga as an aid to keep awareness on the breath. As the breath becomes regulated, it begins to control the flow of the practice, allowing you to focus on the postures. The yogic tradition uses terms send breath to the sensation so that you can move your awareness/breath to that sensation, allowing relaxation or deepening to occur. The breath works both to put the mind on the physical experience of the postures and also to transcend the physical sensations of the posture, depending on the need of the student. The breath has cooling and warming qualities. It has energizing and relaxing qualities. It has balancing qualities. Noticing holding, hitching, or jags in the breath can indicate either overstrain in the physical body or a restless mind. Becoming aware of the breath and its qualities will allow a teacher to learn about his/her student through observing their breath and learn about his/her own practice through observing their breath. Shall I carry on?
Why not?
Okay, breath in asana. Every posture has an allotted number of breaths in its creation, sustainment, and release. For example, Utthita
Utthita.
Trikonasana has 5 breaths, not including the sustaining breath, which can range from 5 to 100 depending on your practice. Vinyasa, breath synchronized movement. Surya Namaskar A consists of 9 breaths and B consists of 17 breaths. These linked postures set the precedent for moving in coordination with inhalation, paraka, and exhalation, rachaka. Pranayama. Pranayama translates to mean pause of the breath. Pranayama is properly regulating the otherwise irregular and hurried respiratory process without excessive force or restraint. Pranayama regulates the 3 forms of breath: Richaka, exhalation; Kumbhaka, suspension; Paraka, inhalation.
So some teachers teach Rajaka, inhale, inhale, Paraka. They might not say, they might go Puraka, Kumbhaka, Rajaka. They might not even use the English. One of my teachers in particular really embraced it. She was really good at it. Really good at it. I hadn't a clue what was going on by the end of that one. She was like all over the place. It was amazing. Rajaka, Kumbhaka, bro. So yeah, it's something you can think about doing. Okay, should we find our mats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Let's find our mats. We're going to do these breaths. Let's go to page 14 and we will begin our practice. Pranayama. Me? Can you hear me? Yes. Yes? Just, oh yeah, you've gone on mute. Brilliant. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, can you pop on mute just for a second? So when I do this next little bit, when I share it with you, I can share it back if you understand what I'm saying. You'll understand in a minute. It's all part of the process. I'm just going to move the chair out of the way because that's frustrating. Okay, so we're going to do, and this is where I need binoculars, so because I need to watch you very carefully. So we're going to do a few of the breaths, and then we're going to do sun salute, and then 2 of you are going to show me a sun salute teaching, and then we're going to hopefully have enough time to do a little bit more on the sun salute, and then we'll go back to our desks again. Okay, right. So we're going to start with Dirga breath. So Dirga breath is the 3-part breath. Now, here we go. The 3-part breath. We're going to bring the hands to the belly. So we're just going to go down here and fingers meeting together, and drop the shoulders down. Breathe in and out. Remember that picture we had of the lungs? Think about how those lungs are expanding as you're breathing right now. Breathe in and out. Soften the shoulders, lengthen the back of the neck. Good. 3 more breaths. Breathe in and out. 2 more. Breathe in and out. 1 more breath. Breathe in. Good. And out. Just making sure you're comfortable. If one knee is higher than the other, maybe think about finding a cushion just to try and open up those hips a little bit more. And we're going to add 5 breaths here. So we're going to bring the fingers together. Again, we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 6. Ready? Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in for 7. Last time. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's the first part. And then we're going to bring our first fingers around the bottom of the ribs and our thumbs round the back. Drop the shoulders down. Gently breathe in and out. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Soften the shoulders. And breathe out. Keep those shoulders soft. Again, breathe in. And out. I'm going to go for 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in for 6. Off we go. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's breathe in for 7. Off we go. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last time. 8. Are you ready? Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. Well done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we can go another one, can't we? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah? Okay. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Then we're going to bring our hands underneath our armpits. Backs of the hands underneath the armpits. Drop the shoulders down. Just 2 breaths to get used to it. Breathe in. And out. Again, breathe in. And out. Okay, off we go. We'll go for 6 this time because we're getting a bit good at this. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, breathe in for 7. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe in for 8. Ready. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready for 9. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breathe in for 10. Ready? Let's go. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did it. Well done. Close your eyes. Bring your thumbs to your first finger into Chin Mudra. Just let the arms open, the hands open, and just softly notice any subtle changes in blood flow, in how the energy feels. Come back. Okay. So now we're going to do Kumbhaka. So Kumbhaka, so it's basically sitting upright with the spine and hips, neck and head all in line. Okay. And bringing your mind toward that which is greater than you are. You're going to inhale. And then you're going to exhale completely and engage the bandhas. Engage Mula, Uddiyana, and everything as you engage. So you're just going to exhale and expel all the air from the body. So inhaling Paraka. Everywhere. Inhale everywhere. Stomach comes out. Everything comes in. Exhale and draw that tummy in. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Exhaling out. Inhale. Exhale, Kumbhaka. Inhale. Exhale. Now we can expand on this by allowing the time to grow on the inhale and allowing the time to grow on the exhale, and then allowing the time to hold, the holding time, the Rajaka time, not the Rajaka, the middle time, Kumbhaka time, to be time when we hold everything in and wait. So you're going to breathe in, fill everything up, breathe out, and then hold and wait. We're going to wait for 5. I'm not really a person of showing. I'm more a person of do along with me. So we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Really draw that navel in and the banda's right in. And relax. Do one more time. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Like a little circuit, isn't it? One more time. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like a balloon. Exhale. Everything comes out right to the last drop of air. Really pull everything in together. And hold. 3, 4, 5, and rest. Okay, so that's Kumbhaka. Now we're going to go to Nadi Shodhana. Bring your thumb to your left nostril, your middle finger to the space between your eyebrows. There are quite a lot of varieties of this. So you may have been taught it differently, and you will be taught it differently again. So the middle finger goes to the space between the eyebrows. You're going to inhale through the right nostril for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seal it with the 4th finger. Exhale out the left nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale again through the left nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seal it. Exhale out the right nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really fill up. Hold. Exhale out the left. Do it in your own time for 2 rounds of breath. Keep going. Feeling chilled? Oh. Okay, deepen the breath. Okay, then we're going to go for Kumbhaka. So we've got another variation of Kumbhaka. So you can try different variations of the Nadi Shodhana by going in for 8, holding for 8, coming out for 8, inhale for 16, hold for 16, come out for 16. And you can use mantra with it at the back. But we won't be doing that right now. We're going to go for Kapalabhati. Have you all done Kapalabhati? No. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to look at my stomach, which isn't good. So you're going to So you're going to bring your hands to your tummy. And when you, it's like a train track breath. So you're going to inhale. And you're going to go like this. So everything comes out. Now we're going to do it out the nose. So keeping the mouth half open, half closed. Softly closed, basically. So you're going to breathe in. And come out the nose. Now, I'm just bending my spine like that, just to sort of show you how much we're coming out. But then we try and keep the spine long, and then we go inhale, and we go out, and we start to speed it up. So we go. I'm just checking you. Rest. Ideally, when you first do it, you do it for 10 or 20 breaths if you've had someone who hasn't done it before, because they will feel dizzy. So make sure that you have an awareness of how everybody is feeling. Is anybody feeling dizzy? Everybody's feeling okay. Should we try and do 50? Okay, right. Thumb to first finger. Open up those hands again. We're going to go 50. Now, I always like to add in a bit of Kundalini here. I always like to try and manifest something. So if you want to create something this week, or you've got a problem that you need to solve, I want you to make sure that the answer comes above your head when you're doing Kapalabhati. All right? Off we go. We're going to go for 50. Inhale. We go. Rest. Take 3 deep breaths. And one more breath. Okay, I think we're going to take it up to that point right now, because Bastrika and Natalie, I'm going to just make a note that we're going to do that next week. 2 seconds. Because I want us to share our sun salutes. So, I would like Kristina to go first. I'm going to go to the top of the mat. I'm just going to put you onto speaker. So come off mute. Need to still unmute. Don't know why you haven't muted. It's still unmuting.
Should I just do it? Is it Namaskara A and B or just A?
So last week, just fill Laura in, we had the pleasure of doing sun salutes on Facebook as a practice, and then now I am letting Chris loose to teach me a sun salute. So Chris, if you could do 2A and 2B, and then Natalie's going to do the same. And then I'm going to be asking you, Laura, next week as well. So, all right, so off we go.
So starting at the front of your mat, shoulders back, reaching up, inhaling, and forward fold, exhale. Half rise, inhale, hands to the floor, slowly.
Do it with her. Do it with her.
with the right leg first and then the left leg. Taking it slow the first time, knees down, lowering to the floor and curling up. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, 5 breaths. Fingers spread, palms down, shoulders, neck relaxed. Looking forward, stepping first with the right leg, then the left leg, half rise, folding, then inhale up to the ceiling, exhale down. And one more time, looking up, inhale to the ceiling, folding over, exhale down to the floor. Inhale, half rise, hands to the floor, left leg back. This time, right leg to follow, knees down, or full chaturanga, slowly to the floor. Curling up, inhale, downward dog, exhale. 5 breaths. Nice and relaxed. Tailbone up to the sky. And when you're ready, walking, stepping, or jumping through. Knees bent, looking forward, between the hands. Half rise, inhale. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, reaching to the sky. Exhale, hands down to the side. So Surya Namaskara B. So inhale again, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, folding over, down to the floor, exhale. Half rise, inhale, hands to the floor, right leg back first, left leg to follow. Knees down or full chaturanga, lowering down slowly, and inhale, curling up. Back into downward dog, tailbone leads first, fingers spread, palms down, lifting the right leg up to the sky, bending over, moving it through the hands, and reaching up into warrior one. Reaching down to the floor, right leg back, chaturanga, or knees down to the floor. Inhaling, curling up, back into downward dog. Exhale for 1. Left leg reaching up to the sky, bending, and then stepping through the hands. And then inhaling up into warrior one. Left leg back, knees down or full chaturanga. And then inhaling, curling up. And then back, exhaling into downward dog for 5 breaths. Looking forward, walking, stepping, or jumping through. Half rise, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Reaching to the sky, inhale, and exhale down. I've got to do another one, haven't I? Inhale up to the sky, down to the floor. Inhale, half rise. Walk, step, or jumping back. Full chaturanga or knees down. Inhale it, curling up. Exhale, downward dog for 1 breath. Left leg up, bending, and stepping through, back, sole down, reaching up, inhaling into warrior one, hips square, looking forward, left leg back, knees down, or full chaturanga, inhale, curling up, exhale into downward dog for one breath. Right leg straight and up to the sky, bending, stepping through the hands, inhaling up into warrior one. Right leg back, full chaturanga or knees down, curling up, exhaling into downward dog for 5. Last 5, tailbone up, fingers spread, palms down, elbows away. And when you're ready, looking through the hands, walk, step, or jump through. Half rise, inhale, fold to the floor, exhale, reach to the sky, inhale, and exhale.
Fantastic. Well done. Brilliant.
Nerve-wracking that was.
Well done. Okay, Natalie, 2 of each again. Thank you.
Okay, front of our mats. Take a deep inhale. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back with the right foot. Left foot to join. Knees down, chest down or chaturanga. Elbows back. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. 5 lovely deep breaths here. Tailbone high to the sky. Hands strong to the floor. Heels down. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Walk to, or jump to the front of the mat. Half rise, inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale down. And again, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back with the left foot, right foot to join. Either knees, chest or chaturanga down. Inhale, fold up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Another 5 lovely deep breaths here. Really rest in this down dog. Let the breath move through you. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Either walk or jump the feet in between the hands. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands down. Okay, Namaskar B. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right foot steps back. Left foot to join. Knees down, chest down or chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot high to the sky. Stretch up. Bring your knee in and foot between your legs into warrior one. Nice strong warrior. Hips square, facing forward. Down, hands to the mat. Take the right foot back. Knees down, chest down, chaturanga, elbows behind you. Inhale, fold up. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot this time high to the sky, stretch up. Bend the knee in between the hands, up into warrior one. Nice strong warrior, stretch up. Hands down to the mat, left foot back. Knees down, chest down or chaturanga. Inhale, bend up. Exhale, downward dog. This time 5 lovely deep breaths. In down dog. Take the time to rest. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Either walk or jump the feet in. Look to the hands. In. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands down. And again. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back with the right foot, left foot to join. Knees down, chest down, chaturanga. Inhale, fold up. Exhale, down dog. Right foot high to the sky. Bring the knee in between the legs, between the hands, into warrior one. Strong warrior. Reach up, hands down, right foot back. Knees down, chest down, chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale, down dog. Left foot high to the sky, stretch up. Bend the knee, look to the hands, foot through into warrior one. Stretch up, breathe in, hands down, left foot back, knees down, chest down, chaturanga. Breathe in, fold up, exhale to downward dog. And then we're going to rest here for 5 breaths. Last 5 breaths. Really relax into it. And with the last breath, either walk or jump the feet in. Breathe in. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale to finish.
And let's come back to our desk. That's fantastic, Natalie. Thank you so much. That's brilliant.
Well done, guys. That was amazing.
So proud of you. Right. Let's just go back in here. Oh. It's been back into practice. So, well done. So, Laura, do you think you can take on this mission next week for us?
Yeah, I feel like I've got big shoes to fill, but yeah, I'll definitely give it a go.
So we're going to stay on the call anyway, you and I, just for a little bit longer. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and share up. our homework. So because we've got to the end of our moment, so I'm going to have to move things out of here. So you haven't got there. So what I put on this is a simple practice, which we will be doing next week. But there's a video as well if you want to use it. Or you can stick with your daily practice that you're doing at the moment. We'll do simple practice next week. It's just giving you an option so you don't get bored. I don't like to get bored. I'm sure you don't. So it is an option. Your homework is post on the private Facebook group. Laura, you don't have to do this because you have to do the sun salute first. But if you have time, you can do this as well. Depends how you're feeling. But there's a lot going on, isn't there? So you can post one thing, not 12. It's fine. So Durga was the first thing we did, and that's why I asked you to mute so I could share it as a video if you needed it as a template. I'd like you to share that a pranayama on Facebook of Durga breath, which was the first pranayama that we did. Continue your daily practice and continue your reading. You think you'd be all right with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Have we got any questions before we check out then? Okay. All right. It's just like time has just gone poof again. It's just like it's amazed. Right, let's check out then. So, Natalie, have you enjoyed? Oh, hello. Bye-bye, Paul. See you later. Thank you. How was your practice today? How was it today for you, the session?
Yeah, the session, loved it again. Yes. Oh, it's really nice to have another lovely face to see on a Thursday afternoon. Yeah, I just feel it's got a really good energy, hasn't it? It just feels really, really great. And yeah, just really excited to keep going. Yeah, I've loved it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste, Sophie.
Namaste. Thank you. Passing to Laura. How was your session today? First one.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. This feels like just a really lovely and safe space, which is really nice because it feels like there's going to be a lot to learn, but I feel really energized and excited at the end of this session and just looking forward to the next one now.
Oh, good. Lovely. Thank you, Laura. And Chris?
Yeah, just lovely to meet you, Laura. And yeah, it's just a lovely way to spend a Thursday afternoon. Got a lot from it, and I feel quite invigorated. I think you said the same thing. It was nice to do all the theory, and it was scary, but it was lovely. I really enjoyed as you were doing it, Natalie. I really enjoyed going through it with you. It was really nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so next week it's not on, remember. So you do have 2 weeks to do this, and so I will see you in 2 weeks' time. So let's clear the space so Chris can get her child. For you. Sorry. There's always a little bit of pressure, but we all just got to just stay calm. Right, so we're going to clear the space. We're going to do 5, 5, 5. So off we go. I'll show you what we're... Woo! Again. And again.
Laura's face.
Sorry, what are we doing?
You're clearing your aura, Laura. Right, again, one more. Woo! And again. Woo! And one more. Woo! Okay, namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I'll see you later. Laura, stay if you can stay on for a second.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Okay. Bye, Natalie. Okay, right. So we're there. So let's get you sorted. So first of all, I just want to make sure, right, so what is your, I know I have it, but I need to add you to the WhatsApp group.
Yes. Do you want my number?
Yeah.
0750.
This would be helpful if I worked out how to do that. Add, there we go. Natalie. for are we going Boddington now then?
Yeah.
A black bigger tyke. Not jealous. Okay. And the number.
0750
Yeah.
777
Yeah.
1842.
1842. Okay, save. Okay, and then we'll just add you to the group. Always good to be in a WhatsApp group for any necessary things. For Boddington, add. You should go in, be going in now. Yes. You in?
Yes, just come up.
Great. Okay, so then you've got the other two as well. You can talk to them if you need them and things like that.
Perfect.
And then have you got an email from Thinkific, which is the portal?
I think so. Yeah, I think I've just managed to log in.
So you've managed to get in, have you now?
Yes. Yeah, so it's got I've got the dashboard, Yoga Unleashed, and then like all of their
Okay, you've got
yeah, the drop downs.
that's great. And then have you got the Facebook invite?
So I actually recently deleted Facebook.
Oh, I know, I hate Facebook too.
So I might have to
I'm sorry.
make another account or something.
It's right. So just to clarify, it's a private group.
Mm-hmm.
You won't see anything else. You can just directly go in there and out. It won't get shared because it's a private group. And it's kind of operating as a functional space where you can just see what each other's doing and practice working to camera, basically.
Cool.
Really.
So I will re-download it then, and then it'll be under Laura Boddington. So if you're
not alone, actually, by the way, in doing that.
I just was not getting any use out of it really. But obviously now I will.
Okay. And right, so and then the books. Did I give you? I haven't given you a book. Have I given you a book? Yes, I have.
Yeah, you have. So
so the homework is daily practice.
Yeah.
And
But
once
when you say daily practice, what do you mean?
So you won't have got this Ashtanga Yoga manual yet. So the Ashtanga Yoga manual, which I've just put down over there, is this. So I'm going to take in fact, I think I've already. I'll take a picture again and put it in the group of the page that I recommend as a short form practice. So, like I said, you could choose to do Ashtanga every day, but not everyone's got a life, haven't they? So it's hard to fit everything in. This is the daily practice. I'm going to I'll take a picture of it now and put it in the WhatsApp group. Short form daily of that. Okay, 15 minutes. It's 5 Surya Namaskar A, 3 Bs, Paschimottanasana B, Marichyasana, Navasana, Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel or half wheel, depending on how you're feeling. Paschimottanasana B, Padmasana and Shavasana. So it's like only a few postures, but it'll give you a thorough everywhere. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
And then after you've done that, have you got a journal?
It's on my to-do list.
On your to-do list. So after you've done your practice, once your journal's arrived, just write even a few lines and get into the habit of just writing something. How you're feeling, could be a shopping list, but just something. So you've written in your journal. And so you've also logged that you've practiced. And then your reading is choosing from the reading list. So on the reading list at the moment, we've got Hatha Yoga by Theos Bernard, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, the Upanishads, Beautiful, Bountiful, Blissful, Bhagavad Gita and more for Kundalini, and there's thousands more books, but I'm trying to hone them to just a few. Whichever book you choose, I would like you to give me a 500-word commentary of that book.
Okay.
So that's what you're working towards. Sometimes some people only do one book in this module. Some people do 5. You know, it just depends on your reading and how into it you are.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm aiming to get 1 at least.
So I'm just looking at so I'm on the book list on the portal. So yeah, so is it of these ones? So the Ashtanga Yoga Manual, Hatha Yoga, Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and the Upanishads.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm just going to take a picture of this practice. So you've got that. And then I'll put that on there. There we go. And then that's it for now. You can review what we did last week, which was looking at Ahimsa, Satya and Spataya, but we've reviewed that with you now. So we've already reviewed that. So your practice will be to put a sun salute. Either if you can't bear Facebook, I don't mind you sending me a video.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to do it on Facebook. And then, but on this portal, we've got Sun Salute A, it's just a sensible little outline. And then we've got a couple of videos of Sun Salute A, how I teach them, and a bit of pronunciation of Sanskrit. And that's what we did last week as well.
Oh yeah, so you've got Sun Salute A and Sun Salute B.
Yeah, so you can have a watch of those as well. But I guess the benefit of being on Facebook is you can see the others doing it and you can see
Yeah.
So
Okay, well, I'll see how I get on with it. And then so the homework is basically to do a video of, was it 2 of Sun Salute A and then 2 of B?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Great.
Exciting.
Thank
So welcome and thank you for joining.
you so much. Thanks for going through it all again with me. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's going to be an exciting journey.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So so it's not on next week, did you say?
It's not on next week. We're going to try and patch a little bit more on the ends when everybody's free.
Cool.
And then yeah, and then we'll have the 3 days at the end. And then when you go back into series 2, you'll have to tell me what you can and can't do, and I'll try and work out where I'm going to fit you.
Okay, thank you. That's great.
Okay. All right. Exciting.
Oh, good. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Go and have a nice rest now.
Will do. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.